Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Barely Necessities here on LaughingPlace.com's YouTube channel. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the co-founder of Laughing Place, and with me is our site manager, Rebecca Burbank. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm always worried one of these days I'm going to introduce myself as Rebecca Burbank and introduce you as Rebecca Mosley. We're going to swap our last names, but right?
The first name is correct. That's all that matters, right?
As we've shared before, we've gone through most of our lives having never met another Rebecca who spells it the same way we do, and now we find ourselves working together for a small little website, and both of us have that same first name. So it's a total shift on the balance of our life thus far. But we're about to talk about Disney merchandise. So many items across that spectrum. And Becca, where are we starting off?
We're going to start with today we had Walt Disney World Starbucks Pins that arrived on Shop Disney. So these are the pin style, very similar to the mugs that were released in last fall for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. And now we've got some matching pins. And I really do like the I guess the artwork, the style of it, because it's that Magic Kingdom one right there. That's very much the bags that I remember getting when I was a kid.
I was gonna say they connect very well with childhood memories. Some of the visual art styles of our Disney vacations of the past, even though Animal Kingdom wasn't necessarily around back when I was going to the park as a little one. So it's a great set, and the going with kind of a color palette where each one has a very strong single color kind of at the forefront. Really an attractive set there from Starbucks.
Yeah, and I love that they include Figment. And I will say the Animal Kingdom one, Mickey looks like he belongs in Germany or Italy or something with that hat. I feel like he's wearing lederhosen.
Oh, I don't disagree, but with us only a month away from St. Patty's Day and it being in green, I immediately went kind of a leprechaun.
Okay, yeah. So something in something in Europe, and I feel like that's more indicative of World Showcase. But he's probably got an explorer hat on, right? I mean, that's what it should be. He's out in nature and exploring.
Yeah, exactly. That's his look. I feel like from that Jingle Jungle Parade.
Okay, yeah.
What he would have looked like at the end of that parade. Oh, and by the way, Doobie's ridiculous remark reminds me that we are live. So if you have any comments or suggestions or questions, please go ahead, toss them in the chat. They don't have to be as silly as my husband's, who asks about Blarney Stones because he's unwilling to acknowledge that there's a Blarney Stone. It is a singular location. Also over at Shop Disney, Becca, you highlighted a new collectible collectible keys. Here, let me try this again.
Yes, this was on Shop Disney yesterday, so these are very new, and they're like the Foodie set. So this is a blind pack, or blind box series, and you'll get one of 6 keys. And they don't hint what the mystery key is, but there's a pin set that matches, and Daisy is part of it. So I would be very surprised if she wasn't the mystery key.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny. So, it's like mystery over here, but check out the pin set. And I think the mystery's solved.
And they don't say right, exactly. They don't say exactly what each dessert is supposed to be, but it looks like ice cream cones for Mickey and Minnie. So I just went with chocolate and strawberry. And Pluto kind of has this black licorice and gumballs. And then I figured Donald is supposed to be a straw, maybe, so a milkshake. And then we've got that's what I'm going with. And then mint chocolate chip ice cream for Goofy in I think a waffle bowl or something. So
hey, I did not realize that these were your creations when I saw this list.
Oh, no, yeah.
Place. So
please feel free to observe and
that's what I see. When I looked at the list, I just assumed that's exactly what Disney had put on their, little description because it all fit perfectly to me, because you've got the chocolatey part on the left and then you've got that waffle cone look in the middle. So yeah, of course it looks like a little ice cream cone. So those are collectible keys. If you've been keeping track of those over at Shop Disney, what you probably bought the first few thinking, oh, this will be nice, I'll get a couple of these, and now you have a stack of that keeps growing, right? That's
Exactly.
That's how it starts. You're like, oh, I'll get a couple. Continuing with Shop Disney, now moving over to Turning Red, which is the upcoming Pixar film. They're beginning to offer a variety of T-shirts. So
Yes.
we've got Respect the Hustle.
Yeah.
Look there.
And these are customizable by color. So you could, I picked blue for the photo, but they also have it in like yellow or white, or I think even like a gray color. So yes, you're not stuck to that color if you like the design.
And so, yeah, so focus more on the designs with these because you have some play with it. Here's one that says A Day with Me, or is it May?
May, probably it's a play on that, but yeah, her name is May. So yeah, A Day with May.
And then I accept all labels, and it says things like a fierce queen.
I know. I love how bold she is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for these images to connect with me because I've seen the film. Right. Right now it's like a stranger. So
right.
I'm eager for the film to arrive. And then, however, I can relate to this one, hitting snooze.
Oh yes.
So yeah, definitely.
All too often.
I think I hit snooze this morning, in fact. From our friends over at Entertainment Earth, Rebecca and Laughing Place have highlighted a collection of Princess Bride action figures from McFarlane Toys.
Yeah. So this is the second wave, and I think all of these figures except for, is it Vizzini? Is that his name? The Wallace Shawn character, inconceivable. All of these characters have another version in wave 1. So this one, they're bloody. Like, you've got the guys bloodied. You can tell they've been in battle. But that's what Inigo Montoya. That is Fezzik, and that's a larger figure, and he's wearing his cloak. And we've got, of course, Wesley as the Dread Pirate Roberts. I think I'm saying that right.
Yes.
And then Princess Buttercup in her wedding dress. So kind of.
And as Rebecca pointed out, this is wave 2, and you can even get it as a case of 6. They repeat one of the characters twice, since there's only 4 in this 7-inch size, because Fezzik is in what they call their mega figure. And then wave 1 was Buttercup in her red dress. The Dread Pirates got not bloodied. I said that wrong. I switched the words around. And then Inigo Montoya also unbloodied.
Right.
So these are in celebration of the 35th, which I can't believe is possible, of the Princess Bride. And you can find those over at Entertainment Earth. RockLove. More jewelry from RockLove.
Had you seen these earlier?
I had, because they had a preview of some other stuff, and I also saw this at the same time. But these are gorgeous. These are like this faceted look on the crystal apple, and then with that poison kind of ooze represented in silver. These are gorgeous from RockLove. It's their Snow White crystal apple collection. They've kind of been moving a bit more into these what I'm going to call faceted gemstone look.
Sure. Yeah.
Not only are they doing that here with the Crystal Apple collection, but they also recently did these pendants, where it is a signature item from the princesses, whether it's a slipper for Snow White or this dagger through the heart of Snow White, and it's got that beautiful faceted gemstone kind of over like in front of it. So you get this unique look on the pendant itself. So yeah, it's called Intaglio, the style.
Okay. Yes.
And they've done it with several of their princess icons, like I say, the slipper, the rose, the dagger, just really beautiful items as always from RockLove. But Becca, I don't think you've seen it yet, so I can't wait because I think I'm going to be doing some breaking news
Okay.
for you. So let me make it big so you can see it because I suspect these are going to go on your shopping list. Later this week, they're dropping some Marvel items. See, I do.
Yes.
So it's various like helmets as a necklace pendant, and then in certain cases a similar style ring. So you've got Iron Man, you've got Loki, and you've got the Scarlet Witch headdress. Each of these coming February 17th. So that's Thursday. It's a 9 a.m. drop. Oftentimes with RockLove, these are beautifully artisan products, so they aren't available in like a kind of a mass demand at times. So they are companies where the item may disappear for a bit before it returns. It's not. Sometimes they specifically announce, this is a limited edition item. Only this many pieces will be made. But other times there's more of a bit of an ebb and flow with their inventory. So if these are your taste and you are interested in picking them up, I would advise you to stop by them on February 17th and check them out. But yeah, Becca, which one's on your, I wasn't sure if it was going to be more of the Loki or the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
That's your eye.
I mean, they definitely, both of those jumped out at me for sure. I really like the Scarlet Witch ring. That's so unique. I think that would be the one I would get. What about you? Do any of these jump out at you?
I am not a Marvel person, but the one that caught my eye just because it's so kind of different, and I would love it if it I would love it if it was actually like a locket. Is this Iron Man, because with the phrase of love you 3000 and everything, the idea that you could open that Iron Man helmet and then have kind of a loved one image inside, that would be fun. I haven't looked deeply into it to see if you can kind of fake it that way or not, but just I love this articulated hinge on the Iron Man helmet. So like I say, when I saw that, I was like, oh, should I tell Becca about it or should I hold it until the show?
Save it for the show.
I think I'll hold it and have a little bit of fun. So
no, that's perfect.
Also from Shop Disney, they're getting us excited about the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy attraction with a few die-cast models.
Yes, and I can't find them now. So the ones that it sold out and then they disappeared, kind of like they did with the waffle collection. So I'm sure these will be coming back. But yes, we have some die-cast ships from Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which is supposed to open sometime this year, right? I think they said summer 2022. So they're small, like 2 to 3 inches long or tall. Like this one's probably the height of that, but they come with their own stand. These are $15 each, and we've got the Guardian ship and the Milano, and the very first one we looked at was the Nova Corps Star Blaster, which is outside of the attraction at Epcot. And we have
just like this.
Yeah,
because they have to have the base to support it, right? So everyone's like just like this, right outside the new attraction building. So really gorgeous look on these. Based on the sizing and the price, to me, this reminds me of many of the other attraction vehicle die casts that have been released over time, whether it's the parking lot tram or a back when they did the die cast monorail or the Expedition Everest car. That type of detail, so not quite toy, not quite collectible. It's how they feel.
That weird middle ground.
Yeah, I wasn't uncomfortable letting my little one play with these, but yet it wasn't going to be the dollar Hot Wheels vehicle that you could pick up at the checkout of the grocery store.
Right.
Continuing in the world of Marvel, there's another wave of action figures, 6-inch.
Yes, and this is Wolverine and some villains. So last year they introduced a 5-pack of Wolverine. So this is Return of Wolverine, and then yes, some of these mutant villains that we've got here. Look how scary he looks. He's just with his claws. I love that they're like ombre color. Like you've got the red there by his knuckles all the way up to like, a clear look. And yeah, of course they come with multiple heads and hands, and you can kind of have some fun there.
And that's one of the continuing things that we've seen with these larger figures is this opportunity to have a variety of looks with the hands or with the face. Here you can see that they have fist. You can have the character with a fist, or you can have him open-handed when you're posing him. So here you have a couple of heads with Maggot and with Sabretooth. And with this particular kit, each figure that you purchase comes with a piece so that you build Bonebreaker?
Yes. Yep. And I don't know much about him. I did a little bit of just a tiny, tiny little bit of research. And so he's a cyborg supervillain that I guess torments Wolverine and others.
He looks like he has quite a sense of humor.
Yeah. He's like a human. It looks like a human type body on like a military tank base. So imagine that. And Bonebreaker definitely sounds like that type of creature.
And in the world of Star Wars, a new high-end collectible has popped up. It is a replica of Kylo Ren's helmet. Now, is this ready to wear, Becca?
Yes. So you can add this to your collection and make it part of your cosplay as Kylo Ren. Get your whole first order together and everybody go. But yes, this is ready to wear, and it comes with some like adjustable pillows inside, and like it's a fully lined interior, so it's supposed to be comfortable. They say it fits up to size 8 US hat size. So kind of fun.
This is an item that retails. It's a pre-order and it's listed at $700. So this is a high-end item, but with a deep attention to detail. They talk about having done like dimensional scans of the movie prop in order to have the most accurate representation and these types of things. So you can learn more about that on Laughing Place for the Kylo Ren helmet. But if that's not in your budget, maybe you would just enjoy some Mandalorian goldfish. I don't believe, Grogu is one of the shapes. It's Grogu in his pram. That's one of the shapes, or Mando's helmet. That's another of the shapes, and these are available. These are goldfish crackers. I like edible collectibles.
Right.
Did you watch last week's finale episode of Mandalorian?
Yes, I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was different than I thought it was going to be. I was like totally. I watched some of Who's the Boss, and you guys were saying, "Oh, this was predictable," or as soon as this happened, I knew this was going to happen, and I was like, I had no idea. I was like, what? Grogu? Spoilers if you haven't seen it. But like Grogu took the armor, and he's gonna go after Mando. Like, my heart. So I was not expecting that, and everything that happened, I was like, oh wow. So I was completely surprised in a good way the whole time, but not like most fans.
Well, I particularly enjoyed the arrival of the Rancor when the Book of Boba Fett finale transformed into a Godzilla film.
Right.
That made me very happy. So if you want to relive that moment, there is a T-shirt for you over at Amazon. It features I'm guessing that's Boba Fett atop the Rancor from that. But as Kyle points out, Book of Boba Fett, easy to forget the title. So perhaps that's Mando on top of. I haven't looked closely, but I'm going to assume that it's Boba Fett writing the Rancor, because he actually wrote it longer, I think, than Mando did. Also over at Amazon is a T-shirt. Now these two designs, this Rancor and this, I want to call it a Scorpion droid, but I know that's not quite right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's got that kind of name, but because for me it's the War of the Worlds character, because the way it has that central eye and then that kind of triangular, body coming out of on that top part. for me, I just went to War of the Worlds mentally. But this design and the Rancor are available on a variety of t-shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops in a variety of colors. So if you like the design, but this isn't necessarily your style or your color, be sure to stop by Amazon and see what you can find with that. In the bonus bounties, which Becca so kindly gathers up on Laughing Place, they've announced a Black Series figure. It is the Black Chrysanthemum.
Mm-hmm.
And this is causing quite a bit of a stir online right now. And I'll admit, I kind of understand why. And I'm not sure myself how I feel about it, because so these tend to be kind of a little bit nicer in their design, a little bit higher quality, a little bit more expensive than your typical, kind of toys.
Mm-hmm.
And Chrysanthemum, everybody was super excited to see him appear in Book of Boba Fett. So the announcement that his figure is coming next year, wow, everybody got really pumped. But then when the figure was revealed, it really comes off kind of just like a colored, like somebody took a black Sharpie onto an old Chewie. It didn't reflect it. However, if you look at the way it was announced and you look at some of the artwork that they share with it, they're framing it as being more a representation of the Marvel Comics character as opposed to the one we saw in live action. And that one kind of was more similar visually to Chewie. So maybe they should be cut some slack, but I'm not really sure how I feel about it. For me, looking at the figure, what frustrates and disappoints me the most is the coloration of the layers along his arms, along his legs. There's not a lot of nuance to it. It's very solid in color. And the character, both in the comics and in the series, had a bit more visual layering to his look, his coloration, and his I'll say fur. I'm gonna assume they call it fur. So yeah, so like I say, right now it's been a bit of a burn, and Hasbro's kind of, I say, struggling with the most vocal part of the Star Wars fan base. They put forth a Rancor HasLab project, where that's one of those projects where it's an idea that they have, and then if it reaches enough people who purchase prior to a certain date or whatever, then they'll go through and run with the figure. And they didn't reach those numbers. And so, you have that. And then I see a lot of negative response online to this. It's hard to know sometimes, because sometimes the Twitter is so loud that you don't necessarily know kind of overall how it's being received. But between that and this, and then they announced a Book of Boba Fett throne room set, and the price on it was quite high. And I think that kind of got a bit of a, really, that much? So I'm kind of intrigued right now with the relationship I see between the Hasbro and the Star Wars fan base, because for a while there, it really seemed to feel as a, like, somebody who does this, talks about Disney merchandise, that pretty much if they put it out, it was consumed very, very quickly. And I feel like maybe that well is not quite as quick to
fill,
to buy right now. So it's something I'm kind of keeping an eye on right now. So, but Black Chrysanthemum is coming in 2023 as a Black Series figure, and so you can learn more about that. But I am excited because they pre-ordered. These are cool.
They're very cool. Yeah. These are on Shop Disney. There's 2 on Shop Disney right now, and I like that they're pre-order, so it's not something that's going to sell out immediately, as has happened in the past. But yeah, this is the well, as you can see there, the Mandalorians and 1 Starfighter, and you've got Peli Motto, and you've got Mando, of course, and then a little droid and a little Grogu. And Grogu can actually sit in the back there behind Mando.
So cute. I'm loving it. A nice N1 Starfighter from we first saw him in the prequels. And then this piece to me is incredible. It is Lego Boba Fett throne room with now his name's going to escape me.
Bib Fortuna.
Thank you. with Bib Fortuna on the throne. You've got some Gamorrean. You've got a Gamorrean guard Lego. You have a Boba Fett Lego along with this set. So lots of fun detail. You've got a Quarren, Fennec Shan, a Weequay guard. So they really, yeah, this is a nice looking set to me. I don't know.
No, it really is. And it's funny because we had just talked about the same style set for Hasbro for their vintage collection, and people talking about that price. And at least with this, you get to assemble it, and it's a lot more budget friendly. You get all these other figures, and
I have space for it.
I think that even in the description, they said there's like a special like little ejection button where Bib Fortuna sits, so you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least I think that's what I understood.
No, that's cool. I hadn't read through the description enough. That's cool. I hope that's awesome. I like the detailing above the throne as well, and then on the back of the throne. But on the flip side, it makes my head hurt because I know that those are decals
Stickers
that I have to apply.
Right. Yes.
And
yes.
that's like my worst nightmare.
That is the most stressful part of building Lego is putting the decals on.
I feel like there needs to be, you know how with Amazon you can buy like gives that easy packaging option. It used to, not so much anymore, but for a while it was like the frustration-free packaging was like one of the choices when you would buy from Amazon. I feel like Lego needs to have like an upcharge for decals already applied. For those of us who find that too stressful, just don't want to deal with it. So
I agree.
Sorry, it just makes me laugh thinking about the stress that I feel applying, because the last time I had to do it was on a Beauty and the Beast. We bought a castle.
Ooh.
And there was like a window or it was something like that often. Yeah, and it was like a slightly curved piece. So I was like trying to apply the label on the slightly curved. Oh yeah, no, okay.
And once you stick any part of it on there, it's like it's not coming off.
Right? You feel like you're stuck. Yeah, no, and if you do it so badly that you desperately want to make sure that you peel it, dude, trying to take it back off so carefully, so concerned. Yeah, other people are like, you two have issues. This is not a problem. But
I like it to look like the picture on the box.
By the way, if you wonder how big that HasLab Razor Crest is, this is our friend Mike Celestino from Who's the Boss Pod, our Star Wars correspondent here at Laughing Place, and this is his beautiful kitty cat on the table right next to his HasLab Razor Crest. Check it out. I mean, oops, wrong way. This way. Ta-da! Okay, yeah. So there's his kitty cat next to, I think that one's Calico. Yeah. It's enormous.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Where do you display? I mean, like, I get it with Lego, but like, where do you store that?
Right? I've gotten a few messages from him saying, I'm seriously unsure where I'm going to put this. Good luck, Mike.
He's going to need a bigger place to live.
Right? Exactly. Another room. Well, with that, we come to the Sensational Seven. And this is the part of the week where I offer a group of 7 items loosely based on something. Well, actually, okay, usually it's the 7 dwarfs. Those are what inspire the choices, but there's some sort of overarching theme. And today I am inspired by what hit screens this morning, and that would be the Chippendale Rescue Rangers trailer. I don't know about you, but this was ridiculously fun. So many Easter eggs, so much nostalgia wrapped up in this brief introduction to the upcoming. It's a series, right? I'm gonna say it wrong. Or is it a movie? It's a movie.
I think it's a feature length film. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie. I knew I was going to swap that out. So it's coming, and this was released today by Disney Studios. And it inspired me to pull up some items in celebration of the trailer and the nostalgia. I'm going to start with Sleepy. And I guess I could have waited a moment because you would have seen Roger Rabbit. But Roger Rabbit, the era that's celebrated in this teaser trailer, the era of the 90s. All the people I work with here at Laughing Place were taken back to their youth. And see, Tony Betty's asking me if I know the cats are. Yes, the cats are typically sized cats.
No, they're huge. They're huge cats.
Yes. This is a set of PJs celebrating Roger Rabbit. You've got Roger, you've got Jessica, you've got a couple of weasels. These are available over at Cake Worthy. If you want to feel happy, you can enjoy your morning beverage or your evening pint with this beautiful glass. Uncle Scrooge and his nephews and his a darling Webby in the money bin. Uncle Scrooge in the money bin was one of the nostalgic moments of the Rescue Rangers teaser trailer.
Yes.
Also, that era, those people would have remembered going to the theaters and seeing Oliver and Company as a kid, checking that out with their folks, right? That was close to that time frame. So you've got Oliver and Company. This to me felt a little grumpy. It's got a mood. So there's a pullover sweater from Shop Disney. For Dopey, I went with this ridiculous but yet delightful set of Pop Artist Funko. These are over at Amazon. They're an Amazon exclusive. It is Chip and Dale. You've got Chip in his kind of floral print that he wore in Rescue Rangers, and Dale. I'm sorry, Dale with the floral shirt. Chip has the acorns because he is a chipmunk and he likes acorns. And
I guess think Chip has the chocolate nose, and then Dale has the
red nose. Yep,
the red nose.
And in this case, I guess they felt that like Indiana Jones motif, like what snakes and whips might not be the greatest pattern on the chipmunk, so they just went with acorns.
Very cute. Very cute.
Sneezy, always at the ready, easily grab things out of a bag. This is a backpack organizer. You can slip it inside of your backpack to make things handy inside your backpack, and it's Rescue Rangers themed. See, you've got Monterey Jack, you've got Zipper. I can't remember if Gadget was on here or not. I don't think I spotted Gadget. I think it's just the dudes. But it's 6 pockets, backpack organizer. You'll always be able to find stuff, even if you're in the midst of a sneeze. Bashful. He likes to stay in at night. You may have noticed in the trailer, Chip and Dale in their dress tails made me think of this short from the classic era where they both are fighting over the affections of a beautiful Clarice.
Mm-hmm.
So this puzzle over at Amazon. And finally, I thought I'd go original because it's Doc. I use Doc as the inspiration for my final piece. I think of him as the original. And in this case, it's Chip and Dale, just the classic characters, but dressed in their Walt Disney World 50th anniversary finest. It's a set. They're 8 1/4 inches tall. That's over at Shop Disney. Adorable plush, $30. And that's the Sensational 7 this week, loosely inspired by the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers trailer. Did you get to see that trailer yet, Becca, other than the stuff I just showed then?
I did, and I really like how they were joking about the way CGI looked and how everything. Remember that era where everything looked real, but it didn't look like anything was looking at you, and it was I got much enjoyment out of those few moments of the trailer.
It was a lot of fun. Although I told our team that it reminded me that I was not in the true demographic of the show when it aired. I was outside that demographic, but I loved it anyway. So a lot of the other surrounding elements of it were things that more my siblings were enjoying because they were truly the target demographic of that Disney afternoon era. But I'm excited for the humor, and it's going to be really interesting to experience. I was trying to think if they've really done this before to this extent, where they take kind of a classic Disney character and then create something that's really geared toward these adults that remember it when they were little. Because that's how this feels. This feels like they've really created something that is for you and Ben and everybody who remember coming home from school and watching Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and then now they're gonna take their kids. So hi, Orange Grove 55. Thank you.
Hello.
I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. We have been enjoying talking about Disney merchandise. It's been busy around here. It started off it was yesterday morning that the Figment popcorn buckets reappeared at Epcot.
Yep.
And they're gone already, huh?
I can't believe that. I told Kyle, I was like, isn't there a way to track how many people are purchasing? He's like, they are. Yes, you're allowed 2 per transaction or per person. I was like, okay, I guess everybody really wants those popcorn buckets. So
and in the app, they could be really, I mean, if they do it right, which I wasn't there, but I got the impression that it's not like with the app you can like buy it more than it wasn't like transaction then a few hours later I'll buy another
one.
And it's like a fast pass, individual lightning lane. You can only do that one time.
Right.
So that was the impression I got was nope, you weren't able to just go back in and log in later and pick up another set. Oh, hey, let me order at 10 a.m. and then come back
and go back. Right.
Nope. Once you picked up your 2, I heard you were out. So yeah, there's a high demand for that popcorn bucket. He's pretty cute.
I'm sure Disney's probably scratching their heads at keeping this character. They're like, we have to keep this character around now. Like, why is everybody so obsessed with him?
Well, while I did sneak in a couple of the items from your shopping list, Becca, I would love to hear what else you've been highlighting here at Laughing Place.
Oh, well, our team was at Walt Disney World over the earlier part of the week or at the end of last week, and they spotted this cute balloon, and cute in quotes because it says cute on there, and you've got the Fab Five, and they're at the park. Really, really adorable. There's some new weighted plush, and this has like pastel coloring, and they look very different. They're not the fuzzy type that we've seen already. So we've got Groot and Lady from Lady and the Tramp, and then Mickey Mouse as well. And I believe there's even a few more coming. They're just not there yet. Alex wrote about the Cinderella Castle's Scentsy. There's a new fragrance, and they brought back the special warmers, the carriage warmers. So
it looks so beautiful.
They
it's
really
designed in such a way where there's like the windows, you can kind of pivot the carriage top so that sometimes when you look in the window, you might see a silhouette of Cinderella, but then if you turn it, it'll be like a silhouette of a clock. So you can have like different visuals within that glowing window in your warmer. So cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah, no, they really do. And then Black Series and some like Black Series archive figures. So we've got Bad Batch, Mandalorian, and then some like Return of the Jedi era figures from Hasbro. We already talked about Black Chrysanthemum, and yeah, so lots of action figures this past month. Really, there's been, or I mean, we're in the middle of February, but there's been a lot of action figures from Hasbro. So pretty cool.
And here on our Laughing Place YouTube channel, earlier today, we were live from Disney's Animal Kingdom. We also had a discussion of the film Death on the Nile. I was like, I couldn't remember. Death on the Nile. Ben and Alex talked about that film. This evening at 7:30, we have Disney Trivia Live. That's when you get to compete head-to-head against fellow Disney fans on a variety of Disney topics. We usually have 2 quizzes. Each one's about 15 questions. And that's hosted by my husband, Doobie, and our son, Gideon. And that's tonight at 7:30 Pacific time, right here on this very YouTube channel. Tomorrow, we've got Marvel time. We'll be discussing the most recent Marvel news and various comic reviews. And we will also be stopping by Epcot later this week. So lots of stuff going on here at Laughing Place. If you enjoyed this show, please give us a like. Would love to hear from you if in the comments. And if you want to stay on top of all the various programming we have happening here on this Laughing Place YouTube channel, be sure and subscribe. You'll get notified when we do go live, which we do often. We try to have at least 1 or 2 shows every day right here. And when we're not doing that, we're offering, we just did a POV of the Jungle Cruise, a little look at what it looks like in, recently. Let's see, I think there's some new, Iron Gwazi just opened down in Tampa Bay. We were down there for that as well. So, and as Kidder points out, tonight's topics are birthday giddiness and time flies because our son's birthday is upcoming. So we're going to feature a quiz celebrating him. David Koss is hoping we get merchandise for the new. Me too. I can't imagine that won't happen, but me too. And hi, Charizard. Thanks for stopping by. By the way, this is funny. Do you know this story, Becca? You probably do because it's your husband.
Super hidden popcorn?
It has to do with the popcorn bucket.
I don't know.
I'll share this little story. Okay, this is funny. So, your husband. So the way Laughing Place works is we have some people at the headquarters offices, and then we have other people who are out in the parks. And this particular day, Kyle's, in the offices. Jeremiah's in the parks. So Jeremiah buys the popcorn bucket, and he's taking pictures of it and everything. And your husband is in the offices, writing it up, getting the information to the team, so we get it all written up. And the website talks about it's a popcorn bucket with popcorn, but Jeremiah didn't know it had any popcorn in it, and it felt so light that he didn't realize it had any popcorn. So when we were talking about it on Disney Parks Talk Live, Jeremiah is like, yeah, so there's a popcorn bucket. I don't think it came with any popcorn. And your husband is watching it thinking, uh-oh, did we get that information wrong when we wrote about it on, earlier? And then after a few moments, Jeremiah finally opens it up, reaches inside and pulls it out.
There's a thing of popcorn.
There's popcorn inside. So your husband went from concerned to, oh, okay, good.
Good, right.
Good. Glad I didn't go with that. It didn't come with popcorn because that wouldn't have been the right move. Okay. Good.
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't know about that. So, okay. Yeah, all right.
So just a little pull behind the curtain. What kind of craziness goes on over here at Laughing Place? We're just a bunch of Disney fans having a good time, making sure we do our best to keep you all up to date on what's happening all across the Disney company. It's gotten so much bigger than when Doobie and I started Laughing Place. When we started Laughing Place, there was no Disney Plus. They had not purchased Fox. I don't even think they'd purchased Star Wars. Maybe they had. I don't think they had yet. Yeah. So it's just got so when we first started Laughing Place, they were building Disney's California Adventure. That was our big project. Was we lived in the Southern California area, and we would frequently go out and make sure that we were just keeping up to date on the various construction stuff that was going on, and just doing our best to keep people informed about the Disneyland Resort. And then we eventually moved to Florida, kind of grew Laughing Place a little bit more. And now I get to work with a lot of really great people. Ben and Kyle have done a really great job, and Becca. Just it's amazing all the fun we have, and we have quite a team. We've got Mike Mack, who is really knowledgeable in the world of Marvel, and he also covers UFC and ESPN for us. We've got Tony Betty, who's got an amazing, and he's going to be like, really, you have to use both my names, but we got Tony. Who talks about animation, and that's where his educational background is within that world of animation, and so he brings that in, and he's got some really great analysis of all the kind of Disney animation news and that area. We've got I'm going to forget people. We've got Cole, who offers a lot of information on extinct attraction and has created these amazing interactive map experiences right here on Laughing Place, where you can go and you can look at the history. So there's just so much happening here on laughingplace.com. So please explore it. Take a look around. Drop questions in the comments as well, and I'll try and make sure I include some links to a little bit of the variety of what we offer here, so that way you know what you can find here. And yes, we have Luke and we have Riley. Luke does amazing ranked attraction articles, and they also do a lot of the news desk stuff. So there's a lot. Alex does television and movies. Like I say, there's a lot of people, and I'm not trying to do an exhaustive list, and if I didn't mention you, I apologize, like myself, So thanks very much for watching. We will see you all next week. We're here each Tuesday at 4 o'clock talking about Disney merchandise. Rebecca's on her way back to work. I get to go be mom for a little while before I jump back into some Disney writing. So thanks, and we will see